Yep.
All right, I'm sure all of us at one point in our life have been competing with a peer, whether to be one of them, do whatnot, what have you. What I'm trying to say is you want to achieve to become the best, which brings me to my quote. It says, if you want to stand out, don't be different, be outstanding. So, and it's by West. I'm not sure who West is, but it's not East. So, yeah. With that being said, it leads me to my first example, which would be when I was 9 years old, 4th grade, I was competing in a spelling bee, with one of my good buddies I grew up on my street with. And we were going hand in hand, and we're going for words, and the word that came up, ironically, was Bastoncherry, which is, we all know, a street in Fullerton. So he misspelled it, and little did he know, lucky for me, I had a photographic memory, and I just bring up the sign on State College of Bastoncherry, which is where I grew up, right there, and went ahead, won my spelling bee, was different, but I went ahead and became outstanding in my eyes, because I won, he didn't. Now, karma have it, brings it right into my next story. 2 weeks after that, me and my buddies would always hold our mountain bike race on our street. All right, race on the block, and we're all racing, and I was in the semifinals, and as I was going on, and me and my buddy were coming up, and as soon as I saw like a little thing just to pass him, he was beating me, of course, and went around him, won the race, tripped, fell, landed on my wrist, broke it. Was in the cast for 3 months. Little to say, I did not be able to compete in the finals of the race. So that was bad for me. But going back to the quote, I think that I wasn't different, but I believe I achieved what I wanted. I won that race, even though it costed my left wrist. Third example would be that currently I work for a Clean Joker restaurant. I'm a bartender there. I was a server for a while, and we held a competition, for the next bartender, and it was going against me, and ironically enough, my buddy I grew up with in the spelling bee. Would be at that, and we were going, the competition, this and that, and long story short, I ended up winning the competition. All right, you know what I mean? Based on my performances in the restaurant and winning my competition, it earned me Employee of the Year, which has some good perks. Got a $500 gift card, got 2 tickets to Disneyland, So I think based off my performances in the restaurant business, really showed me, showed that I went above and beyond to achieve what I wanted. So in conclusion, no matter what you do, I believe that you should do your best to achieve what you want, and don't be different. You should go to the next step and be outstanding in what you want to achieve. Thank you.
All right, the opening visualization, I think, could be a little bit smoother and sharper. You do, however, make a good transition to the topic. You need to tell us what your point of view is on that topic. Just because you've told us what the topic is doesn't tell us how you feel about it. And then there needs to be a setup of what the content is. So I think that you fall down a little bit on those kinds of things. Didn't break your wrist, but you did, fall down on that part. The content issues, I thought you had good stories and you had nice detail on each of them, and I thought that makes makes the presentation a lot more interesting. Your voice projects pretty well. You're easy to hear. There's a pretty good variety in the voice. Sometimes it sounds a little quiet, and maybe you could get a little more energy in what you're doing. The pacing felt slow at times. Occasionally I know that you're thinking about the next idea, and as a result it becomes a little hesitant. I think if it's flowed a little bit more smoothly, it would sound more impressive. You've got some good gestures. You do have a tendency, though, to clap your hands a little bit while you're talking. As you're getting to each of those ideas, you're doing this kind of repetitive sort of thing, and so you want to be careful about that. Yeah. Your eye contact with the audience. Look, you're looking out at us, but you're not really engaging us. I can see that you're looking out, but it's mostly like you're thinking and just talking, and your face is up, but you're not really looking at people and connecting with them while you're talking, and you want to do that. There's way too much pacing. The pacing is not purposeful. It just seems like it's anxious. And so if there's anxiety coming out anywhere, it's in your feet. I thought that you found a pretty good summary for the end of the speech. And I don't know, flip-flops, really?